I'm Tori.
And I'm Dakota.
And our story is The Bird Prince.
So our story begins with the knight of the prince's family rushing in, exclaiming, "I have proof, I have evidence, this woman is a witch," and proceeds to tell the diary entries of this prince, this bird prince, and as that's happening, the other half of the stage shows up with different shadow effects of what is going on inside the book with the knight narrating. And then at the end of the narration, they bring out the bird prince and they discover that all of it is true.
We did choose to do a theatrical play just because of how the setup of the story is. It would just work better for a theatrical play because then we could tell both sides of the story in one stage without having to transition back and forth between present day and past and still somehow establish that this is happening in the present day while this is happening in the past.
We both agreed, going off of the theatrical play, we both agreed that it was a very Shakespearean type of story, and so we wanted to use that idea and show it through a Shakespearean way. I am the stage and set designer. We both knew that we wanted to do shadow theater for going back through those memories and those diary entries. So we just ended up splitting the stage so we wouldn't have to do so extensive set changes. So the left side of the stage is set inside the dining hall where the kings and the queens of both families are having a feast and enjoying themselves. I really wanted to do lighter tones to kind of throw off what the expectations would have been for the play. So that's why I chose Italian stone sort of color. It also is a very full stage on the left side, sort of creating the illusion of being trapped and being suffocated, much like the prince was. The colors are very kind of dulled out and subdued to not draw too much attention to themselves and to make the princess stand out a little bit more with that pop of red. We also have sort of a outreach from the middle of the backdrop to kind of hover over and give that, again, suffocating feeling. The columns in front are made out of glass, a glass-like structure, so then the audience can see right through them and be able to see from all different angles. The entire right side of the stage is covered by a screen, and the screen is pulled pretty tautly to reduce the amount of other shadows that could happen if it was loose.
I did the costume design for the Bird Prince. The three characters that I chose to do costumes for are the prince, I just said the prince twice, the princess, the prince, and the knight. These are kind of like the rough sketches that I had done during week 12, I think, of the design challenges, and they're kind of just rough designs of what I wanted all the costumes to look like. I chose to do kind of a deeper red because I wanted the princess to, I wanted to show power in her clothing choices and in her color choice. But I wanted her dress to be long and form-fitting to her body because I want her to stand out, but I also don't want to take away attention from all the other characters. So I made her colors on her dress very much more dull, and I made the jewel on her crown stand out. Either below or next to me, I have more examples of what the fabric is going to be and exactly what the details on her dress look like, of what looks around her neck and on her arm. It's like a gold flowered detail. I chose felt for the dress because it looks a little reflective when a light is casted on it. I chose the gold detail on the back of the dress for the bottom because I wanted to also symbolize the royalty and that she has more gold detail than just on her arms and around her neck. So I want her character to stand out. Now onto the prince. His was a little more difficult to do because he also gets turned into a bird, which you will see, and which the bird colors also correlate with how the prince looks. I chose light blue because it's a very light, pops with the white that I chose for his jacket, which I chose white because of like the purity kind of like sense. And instead of doing gold with like the princess, I chose silver because those two colors, gold has more power and silver is kind of like that next best thing you can get. So I chose his crown and like the little details on his outfit to be silver. And he has a little bit of lace on the front. And I chose the baggier pants that kind of like overflow when he has his shoes on. The knight, on the other hand, he is from the princess side of the family, so I chose to do the same colors. I have the light blue that matches with his pants, on his cape, and on like the little details on his uniform. I wanted the knight to be out of uniform, or out of full armor, but still within some armor, so it kind of looks like he's just not like some other royal member. He's a knight. So I have the sword, I've got the metal shoes, the metal chest plate. You would have the chainmail around the chest and around the neck. And you have the emblem of the princess family that holds the cape onto his armor. And I gave him these, I guess, I don't know exactly what you call these, but they're kind of like, it's metal, like thigh pads, I guess. And I've all kind of casted what I want every character to look like.